Here's a Netflix secret only 1% of people know. Did you know that Netflix have different shows available in different countries? This means that if you live in the UK, you're missing out on US shows, and if you live in the US, you're missing out on UK shows. Now here's the secret on how you can get access to these shows. Listen carefully. First, click the button here in my bio to download Hexatech VPN. Then, open up the app and set your virtual location as the United States. Now load up Netflix and it'll be in the US version. Thank me later. Scientists have made a new disturbing discovery about 2020. Paleontologists have identified 5 points in Earth's history when, for whatever reason, mass extinctions have eliminated most species. Asteroid impacts, volcanic eruptions, and atmospheric changes are the main suspects. Now here's the bad news. According to many biologists, we are in the midst of a 6th great extinction. Some scientists believe it to be more severe than they previously feared. They say action to halt the decline remains possible, but the prospects do not look good. Now comment what you think about all this. Here's how the Simpsons actually predict the future. With predictions such as Trump becoming president, the Ebola crisis, smartphones, and even Lady Gaga performing at the Super Bowl, people either think time travelers or real magical people actually write The Simpsons. However, this is not the case. The writers regularly sit down and discuss real-world issues, as there's always a lot of crazy things going on. Alfred, one of the writers, says if you make enough predictions, then 10% of them turn out to be right. And Stephanie, another writer, said that they are sort of futurologists, saying that they write 10 months ahead trying to guess what will happen. Now comment how you think The Simpsons predict the future. Here's what would happen if you never took off your AirPods. Contrary to what you might think, your ears would not fill up with wax. What would happen is that any dirt or moisture in your ear would get stuck. Dirt contains bacteria, and moisture is notorious for fostering the growth of bacteria. So, within a few weeks, the inside of your ear canal will begin to get inflamed and an infection will start to grow. Eventually that infection will turn into a massive inflamed tissue called a granuloma, and eventually that will rupture your eardrum. You could also wear away the skin of your ear canal down to the skull, exposing the bone. Now comment whether you use wires or AirPods. Scientists are getting closer to recording your dreams. Pretty soon your dreams won't even be private anymore. Japanese scientists have learned how to interpret what you're dreaming about by measuring your brain activity when you sleep. This data can then be plugged into an algorithm that reconstructs your dream so that you can see it when you're awake. Currently, researchers only claim to get the dream right about 60% of the time. But before long, you'll be able to simply play your dreams back when you wake up in the morning. Now tag 2 friends to blow their mind. I'm about to make you cry, part 1. Did you know that swans can actually die from a broken heart? Well, a mother swan is said to have died from a broken heart after her eggs were smashed by heartless yobs. The swan's mate was also driven away because of the stress of the situation. The unborn cygnets were killed last month when vandals used bricks to smash up the nest. This terrible event actually caused the swan to die from a broken heart. Now tag 2 friends to see if they cry. If you're scared of horror movies already, just wait until you hear this. In The Conjuring 2, 11-year-old Janet Hodgson was possessed by a dead man named Bill Wilkins. However, at the end of the movie, a real audio recording was played of the possessed girl, and the movie was said to be a real event. The real audio recording eerily revealed the little girl's voice to be deep and husky, the same voice as the dead man that had possessed her. The real Janet Hodgson said she felt used by a force that nobody can understand. She said the only way the old man could communicate was through her and her sister. Even the policewoman that was sent to investigate said she saw an armchair move, with over 30 other witnesses saying they saw strange, abnormal occurrences. Now comment if you think the supernatural does really exist. This is the most dangerous world record to beat. The water speed record tests to see how fast you can make yourself go while on water. The current world record was set in 1978, and every official attempt to beat it so far has resulted in the person attempting it getting killed. The reason this record is so deadly is because water is an inconsistent surface, making high speeds exceptionally dangerous. In 1967, Donald Campbell, while trying to beat his own record for an 8th time, decided to go back across the water before he had let it settled. With only 400 meters left to the finish, the boat's nose lifted beyond its critical pitch, flipping it in the air and crashing nose first into the water. It wasn't until 33 years later Campbell's body was discovered. Now comment whether you would ever try to beat this record.